Hello, I'm Crispy, and I need to be physically restrained from overcomplicating my games. So, previously, that is previously before my Mega Man video, I did this big introductory thing about a bunch of projects that I have had in the past and things that I might continue or ideas I might have had. This one is going to be a lot more focused on uh, the thing that I have actually actively been working on. But before I get into that, I will talk a little bit about things. Like, for instance, 001 Game Creator, or maybe 001, I don't know. It was on sale for a Humble Bundle thing. Uh, I kind of have a whole lot of toys to play with vis-a-vis game dev, uh, but I decided to, since it was on a huge sale, thanks to the Humble Bundle, it might still be on sale, I haven't checked, uh, that I might give it a look. I haven't looked at it yet. I've heard people compare it to RPG Maker, and if you remember, I briefly mentioned a game about or a concept for a game with like a random maze. I use the phrase every playthrough is personalized. Uh, I was envisioning that being an RPG Maker thing, but maybe that will be game creator instead. It depends. I don't know. Who knows? Not me. Uh, is that everything? I think that's everything. So I'll go into this one. The Little Witch Academia fan game that I had been working on. I guess I'll start off by showing the gameplay. The things I've changed in the gameplay whenever it loads opens. There it is, but I still have to put it in capture. Give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute. Here we go. Okay. So, at first glance, a lot looks the same, but there's this thingy here. You might recognize it if you like been following me on Tumblr, because I posted a test of this because it was funny. It's a radio TV solutions thingy. I've also begun the preparation for a bigger dialogue box for bigger dialogue. Uh, I also there's dodge rolling. That was already in the game. I just forgot to show it off. But far more interesting. You know what? Let's get ourselves into a better looking area here. Okay, noticing something that I might have to fix. Didn't seem to like me. Yeah, it doesn't like me casting magic against the wall because of the way that the wand moves. I can figure that out later. Uh, More cool, better, different spells. I have it working that you can actually have different cast different spells and they do different things. Look, I throw a rock. I throw two rocks. Have I remembered to test them if they do damage? Yep, that did damage. But while we're doing that, there's some even cooler stuff. Or at least the startings of even cooler stuff. Look, this spell produces oil. And if I set it on fire, oh, never mind. Now that is strange. That's not supposed to happen. That's not what happened when I tested this last. I didn't get the oil and water mixed up, did I? Nope. Well, in any case, we've got a bunch of different spells that we can use. As an aside, I feel like there's not a lot of depth so far. Not like mechanic depth, but like visual depth. I mean, I guess that's like kind of a part of what the thing is. It might be because I'm using like the. So let's switch back to the main view. So it might be because the way that I ended up deciding on doing these tile maps is that every room is basically an individual thing and the grass is like a background, and that probably is hurting the depth. I guess in general for future tile maps, I'll have to figure out a way to make it so that they are easier to work with and more streamlined and less dumb. Now, while I'm here, I may as well take a look at Oil Ball to see why it wasn't working. Igniting collision with flammable. Is that the problem? You're the wrong one. Are you the problem? You know, it can spread. I'll have to get to that. This was supposed to be editing light video, but I'll. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm back, and I think I got it working. It was working last time I tested it. I know what went wrong though. At least I do now. I can explain it once I have shown off what is supposed to happen when you throw fire on oil. It makes fire big. It makes big fire. It makes big fire. The idea is that this probably would also be bad for the player to touch, at least. It is a little bit like, I guess it's inspired by Breath of the Wild, I would say, and Tears of the Kingdom. The way that, like, fire reacts to things, so does electricity, and you can make things do things with the. I think they call it the chemistry system. I guess since this is a witchy game, I should probably call it alchemy instead, but I don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, just to talk about what went wrong, why it didn't work that first time, is because of these groups here. So that wildfire, as well as every spell, is listed as magic. I am essentially using these groups like tags, if you will. So, like, we've got enemies, we've got projectiles that are thrown by enemies. Oh yeah, I made a skeleton enemy too. It's not like for this area, but it does. I guess I can show that off too after this. Yeah, there's. These are what I use when I want to like have an interaction be common between a lot of things. Oh yeah, I forgot about physical attacks. I haven't worked on those yet. That's coming. So that first one didn't work because Uh, anything that is magic is set to vanish if its pierce variable hits 0. The pierce variable is supposed to be how many enemies a thing can touch before it ceases to exist. Uh, so if an object that's in the magic group doesn't have a pierce variable, or I forget to set it to be more than 0, it immediately ceases to exist. And that actually gave me a lot of trouble before this, from like just having the bubbles immediately cease to exist. And it took me a while to figure out why, so I guess that's is helpful in figuring out why the new thing didn't work here in this situation. I guess I hadn't tested it with wildfire being listed as a magic spell. Anyway, we'll want to look at a skeleton. Oops. Here, let's do this in the test. Oh, I think I've already got one in the test scene. This should have most of the things, except it's brighter so that you aren't stuck. Oh, that is not correct. The dialogue box. I mean, dialogue coming out is correct, at least. It's because things are placed weirdly, I guess. Anyway, look at this skeleton. It threw a thing at me. It hurt me so bad. It hurt me so bad. Oh, but this scene doesn't have the spell holders, and there's no default spell currently. I have to actually click on them first thing. So, as of right now, that skeleton is impossible to deal with. As are the ever-growing army of snakes, who at some point it would seem that I have destroyed their AI. But that's okay. I'm probably not gonna use them in the final game anyway. What else? You want to look at my dumb environment test? Devlog does have some support for 3D, but it's not. I don't know. I would really like to have this kind of 3D, but it feels kind of unviable in the current state. I'll just have to make the tile sets better, I guess. But that's okay. Look at my funny guys. Look at funny guys in different sizes. I didn't know what was best. Are you looking at him? Don't look away. He's wiggling. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this small little peek behind the curtain. I had not nearly as much to show off this time as last time, because that's normal, because most of those things were already done last time and were pretty old. But you know, can't exactly work on a bunch of projects at the same time. I had, like, at some point, at least floated the idea through my head about switching projects weekly, rotating things. I'm not sure if that would actually be smart, but I don't know. We'll see. This is new. This devlog is supposed to help with my motivation and keep me working in the hopes that people will notice it. And on that note, like, comment, and subscribe. It's a lot of work, so anything will like help. Uh, you could just subscribe. I Maybe you want to like do some sprite work or something. That would be cool too. But you don't have to. It's okay. Uh, in any case, just liking and subscribing is good enough for now. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.